Create a 3 minutes video for YouTube about 50 interesting facts about Poland. Fact number by number settings. Add the Comica subtitle, a nation with a complex history, a unique culture and way of life, as well as significant achievement. Poland is perhaps one of the most interesting countries in Europe and across the world. Below we explore 50 interesting facts about Poland. 1. Of the 44 countries in Europe, Russia included, Poland ranks as the 9th largest in size. Excluding Russia, Poland ranks as the 8th largest country in Europe. 2. Compared with the rest of the world, Poland is the 63rd largest country in the world. 3. The name Poland, called Polska in Polish, is derived from the tribe name Polani. The word Polani means people living in open fields. 4. Poland is the second country in the world to develop a constitution. Poland's first written constitution was adopted in 1791 during the spring. 5. As intimated prior, Poland's history is a complex one. As such, even though Poland was the second country in the world to develop its constitution, this document was only functional for a period of only 14 months and 3 weeks. 6. Poland spent over 100 years of its history in partitions and territorial wars. The reality of territorial wars is exactly why Poland's first constitution was so short-lived in effect. 7. Poland's constitution is not the nation-state's only brush with pioneering achievements. Polish engineer Ignacy Łukasiewicz is credited with inventing the modern kerosene street lamp. This invention is still used on a street in Warsaw until this day, and was first used in Lviv, Ukraine. 8. The city of Warsaw was almost completely destroyed during World War II and was rebuilt after World War II. 9. Warsaw was rebuilt using Bernardo Bellotto's 14th century paintings as a visual guide for the look and feel of the town. It is for this reason that the town today looks like it did in the 14th century versus a 20th century town, which is the time period during which it was rebuilt. 10. Born Marie Sklodowska, Marie Curie, the first woman to be credited with winning a Nobel Peace Prize, is of Polish heritage and not French. For all intents and purposes, she became French through marriage to Pierre Curie. 11. Like Marie Curie, noted novelist Joseph Conrad is Polish in his heritage. His given name was Theodore Józef Konrad Nalich-Korzeniowski. 12. Poland is home to a whopping 16 World Heritage Sites. 13. The Polish landscape is very diverse in nature. The landscape is rich with beaches, mountains, deserts, lakes, and forests, including mountain chains and almost 800 kilometers of the seashore. 14. Further adding to its diverse natural landscape, Poland is home to the only desert located in Central Europe. This desert is named Pustynia Błędowska. 15. The Pomerania region of Poland is home to the dunes, which are among the most popular tourist hotspots. Other popular attractions include islands and wetlands in the Wolinksy National Park and Bierbrzanski National Park, respectively. 16. Traditionally, Polish last names end with skiska or tka, cky, depending on the sex of the individual. For example, the daughter of Mr. Kowalski will be referred to as Miss Kowalska. 17. Measuring 646.38 meters, approximately 2,120.7 feet, and before its collapse in 1991, the Warsaw Radio Mast, located in Konstantinów, was the world's tallest structure. After the Burj Khalifa, which was completed in 2010, the Warsaw Radio Mast became the second largest structure ever built. 18. Speaking of the tallest, Poland is also home to the Malbork, which is officially the biggest castle in the world as measured by single area. 19. Be it inside a church, someone's home, or other building, the older generation of Polish natives find it rude to wear a hat indoors. The younger generation is a lot more open, however, and do not hold tightly to this behavior as a sign of disrespect. 20. While today's generation of Poles may hold loosely to some habits and traditions, chivalry is still observed and viewed in primarily traditional ways. Kissing a woman's hand, for example, is still popularly observed. Polish men will do this even upon the first introduction. 21. A water war is a thing that's observed on Easter Monday in Poland. Known as Śmigus Dynas, Easter Monday is that day of the year when boys and girls play fight using a mixture of water guns, buckets, and pussy willow branches. 22. In Poland, the names of saints are associated with days in the calendar. This is done to facilitate a tradition known as Name Day. 23. Name days, also known as immunity, are celebrated with the same amount of fanfare and even more reverence than birthdays. Name Day is the day commemorating the saint that one is named after. 24. Foreign movies are dubbed on Polish TV. This is nothing strange really, except that the voiceovers for all the actors and parts is done by one single man reading all the parts. 25. As if having a man read all the parts of a movie, including the parts of women and children, is not weird enough. It is also true that you are likely to hear the first few seconds of the original sound each time a character begins to speak, as well as continue to hear the original sound faintly in the background. 26. Picking wild mushrooms at the end of summer is a popular family activity for Poles. This activity is used to teach children to differentiate between edible and poisonous mushrooms. 27. White lilies, chrysanthemums, and red carnations are reserved exclusively for use during funerals and should not be purchased for any other occasion. 28. When purchasing floral arrangements for a funeral, it is important to remember not to purchase an even number amount. This is considered an absolute no-no. 29. Opened in 1275, the Punica Swidnica is the oldest restaurant in Europe. The same is located in Wrocław, Poland. 30. At the Punica Swidnica and other popular restaurants, popular Polish foods like the zapiekanka can be enjoyed. The zapiekanka is considered an unofficial traditional food and can be likened to an American sub sandwich. It is made from half a baguette and is topped with garlic, ketchup, mayo, mushrooms, and cheese. 31. The Polish man Julius Fromm invented the first latex condom. 32. Although invented so long ago and by one of their own, contraceptives like the latex condom are still a hot topic discussion for Polish politicians. 33. Although much of Europe is secular in its expression today, Poland is still one of the continent's most religious countries. Catholic TV and radio are very popular across the country. 34. As popular as religion is in Poland, particularly the Catholic religion, it is hardly surprising that there is no real separation of church and state in Poland. 35. Still on the topic of religion, Poland is home to the tallest Jesus statue in the world. This is perhaps the Poles' most treasured achievement among their other tallest and biggest achievements. 36. Unlike the rest of the world that celebrates Valentine's Day on February 14th each year, Poland has its own special day of love. Valentine's Day, or Kupala, or Wianki as it is also called, is celebrated on summer solstice. That is, on June 21st of each year. 37. Valentine's Day is also referred to as the Feast of St. John the Baptist's Day, which is another nod to the country's, particularly religious culture and outlook. St. Valentine of Rome was martyred on February 14 in AD 269. 38. Importantly, the celebrations of the Feast of St. John the Baptist's Day include floating wreaths with candles from one side of a river to the next. Legend has it that if one of these wreaths floats to you, then you will be lucky in love. 39. Perhaps the most surprising fact on this list is that the Polish language is difficult to learn. So much so that even Polish natives have a difficult time speaking and writing it correctly sometimes. Polish is a very difficult language to learn as an adult English speaker for two formidable reasons: the sounds you need to produce and understand, and the grammar. 40. Considered the world's most famous astronomer and mathematician, Nicolaus Copernicus is a Polish man credited with discovering that the Earth revolves around the Sun and not the other way around. 41. The Wieliczka salt mine is one of the most intriguing sights to see and enjoy when visiting Poland. For starters, it is the only salt mine still in existence today that dates back to the Middle Ages. 42. The Wieliczka salt mine has 9 levels, and the salts extracted from there is derived from Miocene. 43. Polish food is known for its many flavors, and the dumplings are top tier on the list. The doughy delights filled with a variety of fillings are known as pierogies, and are popularly served with sour cream, onions, or greaves. 44. In addition to some of the tallest and the biggest, Poland is also home to some of the oldest. Poland is home to Jagiellonian University, which is the second oldest institution of its kind in Europe. 45. The Jagiellonian University was founded in 1364 by King Casimir III the Great and is home to 43,405 students today. Some of Poland's most famous names, like Nicholas Copernicus, hail from there. 46. Poland is home to both the first and the second universities in Europe. Poland's and Europe's first university was founded in 1348 before the Jagiellonian University in Prague. 47. Historically, Poland is an important factor in the Second World War. Unfortunately, it was the home of the largest mass murder of that era, and the same took place in Auschwitz-Birkenau. 48. Polish weather can be brutal. Live there long enough and you will soon find yourself enduring winters that last far too long. It is for this reason that the first day of spring is celebrated with such grand fanfare in Poland. On the first day of spring is a way to say goodbye to winter, and includes children making a marzana, a straw doll with beautiful, colorful ribbons, and playing truancy. Once the marzana is made, adults will help set it on fire while the whole group casts it into the river. This is one of the traditions that the Poles look forward to the most. 49. If you were asked about the capital of Poland today, you would happily say Warsaw. However, Warsaw is not the first capital of Poland. The first capital was Gniezno, which is where the Polish nation-state was first established. Thereafter, the second capital was Krakow. It was only thereafter that Warsaw became the capital of Poland. Importantly, Krakow is still considered across the country as the culture capital or artistic capital of Poland. 50. Like many European countries, Poland is the home to many historical dynasties and powerful cities, kings and queens. Among Poland's treasures was the Jagiellonian dynasty, which was home to some of the largest fortunes across Europe. According to some records, this dynasty had treasures of the king that were more spectacular than those found in other major European cities like Venice and Rome. This history is one that the Polish people are still very proud of, and rightly so.